Well, I'm sure a lot of you guys have been waiting for this moment. Dignitas is finally hitting the pitch and getting ready to play. PSG's already had a match today, and it went decently well for them. It got a little scary playing against Vitality, but they're definitely warmed up and ready to go. The question, we always ask this, is are they warmed up enough to take out Dignitas?
Man.
I'm just going to answer it for you.
Returning world champions, returning European champions, you can be as warmed up as you want. You got your work cut out for you either way. I mean, good luck.
They're not going to be able to, I mean, for most people say take this, but I mean, I'm looking for a couple games though at least. And the question is, what do they need to do to start off early on? I feel like that's where they need to do it. Take an early game, get some confidence. But like, how do you start that?
Well, how do you start going apart and dismantling perhaps the best roster? No, I'll take that back. Definitely the best roster to ever play Rocket League so far. So what do you have to do? If we knew that, there'd be a different world champion by now already. So if you're PSG, you say, all right, look, we shut out Renault Vitality the first 3 games. Let's at least try and start there before we go about how do we beat them. Let's see if we can just get to OT scoreless.
That would be nice for PSG as they drop down on the field. Game 1 against Dignitas in a best of 7. Fighting for their chance at #1 seed. That is a tall hill to climb.
A very tall hill. And you know
the hill that you're on?
Yeah, there's been a few hills this season for me that I have gone on for sure. But the Dignitas hill is not so much a hill as it is a slight incline on the road of Rocket League because you can confidently walk on that one.
I was thinking maybe the shovel was to bury all the opponents that they've come by in the season.
Me too, to be honest, like this super morbid approach. But to be honest, like everyone always asks, why is Dignitas so good? What do they do that's so well?
I'm sure PSG's trying to figure that out right now. They've got an attack right now, and they've had Dignitas on the back heel for some time. And almost some scoring chances, but this defense has just looked solid already off the bat here for Dignitas. As K-Dop comes sweeping around to clear that ball away and stop finally that onslaught from PSG. But they're not giving up yet. Right back into it goes PSG. Fruity gives a great pass over to Farah. Farah tries to set up something for his teammates. Chazette will wait back, knowing that a counterattack could be coming out at any moment. They got always one person ready on Dignitas' defense. Ready for any kind of chance that PSG may have. What a shot, though, to get them down the other end of the field. One chance they have, and they almost score off it. Had that ball been a little bit more in front of the net, the demo may have worked for Dignitas. PSG back on offense. Can't find anything at Dignitas. Move down the field. 50 to the far side of PSG's net. And a recenter out the top there, and they'll have to back off as Dignitas' chance dies down. And that's something that Dignitas is so good at, knowing when their chances have died and when they should leave the play. Indeed,
the understanding and the game sense. A powerful thing. You say, look, this drive's over. We don't have to try and force anything here. And it's a powerful tool, knowing, you know, just like they say in a lot of card games, hold 'em, fold 'em, you know. Dignitas is well aware of what they can and cannot get away with.
Oh, a chance there for Chazette, and puts it on target. And they're going to take the first goal in this series against Dignitas.
And I said maybe try and at least first get to OT. How about you just beat him out of the midfield and leave K-Dop in a real tough position to try and make a difficult save, and Chazette slides it into the slot right behind him. And PSG starting off strong, and as well, they've kept the pressure up on Dignitas for the entirety of this opening game, I would say.
I gotta say, even in this series, Fruity is still looking incredible on the field. Making a lot of good decisions and quick challenges. That's allowing PSG to step on offense there. That bounce out is gonna be in favor of Dignitas. K-Dop with control, pop high, goes for Farah, almost finds Chazette, and puts one out for Turbo Pulsa. Fruity's gonna get away with that one and stop Dignitas' chance. Clear for Chazette to Fruity, up to Farah, but Turbo intercepts on that one. There's Fruity there, again with another touch. Farah far off as Panda was hoping for a play to get up to him. He's going to stay in Dignitas' end. Can he get back in time? He does, just barely though. Shazette with a boost steal and some pressure. Might be an extended stay down in the Dignitas' end.
Extended stay for, I don't know, the entirety of this game. Looking at 3.5 minutes at this point. Dignitas, while they have indeed been able to at least clear the ball, they haven't been able to hang on to it. So credit has to be given to PSG out of the midfield. They're not letting up on the gas. They're not getting in each other's way. It's trying to beat Dignitas at their own game.
Well, it's working so far. Final minute of gameplay, PSG is still up by 1 goal, but we know at any point Dignitas can find that turnaround, find that one counter-attack opportunity, and PSG has to be very careful about that. And maybe you just, instead of looking to secure another goal, you look at running down the clock.
Oh, my.
Oh, a banger from Shazette in the corner.
This one kind of out of nowhere. Farah just goes for the challenge against Turbo. Shazette says, hang on, the clear's coming off the side wall. Just an instant read out of the midfield. He said there's only one place this ball's going to be going. And he beat Dignitas for that one.
There it is.
Yeah, he's second to the ball, but he was way ahead on that.
He knew exactly what he needed to do with it. And 2 goals up, almost another off kickoff. 24 seconds left. PSG
make it 3.
Up by 3 goals now on Dignitas. And Dignitas is definitely going to have to find some answers for game number 2, because this one's going to PSG.
Because we've been saying it all season long. Fruity season of the year. Congrats to you. But we wanted, for the longest time, Shazette to step up on PSG and lead this team on the offensive side of things. He's done that, at least in game number 1, with a clean hat trick. But can you keep it going?
That's a really tough situation, because these series against Dignitas are definitely exhausting ones.
Make it 4?
Yep. Farah's there.
There we go. The 3-man play, and of course this is Dignitas trying to overextend, at least get something going. Doesn't make too big of a deal to put one in at 5 seconds up by 3.
But now the question is PSG going to be able to hold this up?
No one knows.
Are they going to get too confident coming in the next game and give it away to Dignitas?
Because there's things that make Dignitas good. It is a multitude of things. One, you have 3 players who are all probably the best in their respective roles. 1, K-Dop, maybe the best striker in all of Europe. 2, Turbo Pulsa, able to do whatever you need, whenever you need. How about 5 for Farah? I don't even know why this one went into the back of the net.
Dignitas is ready for game 2.
Dignitas is ready for game 2 is right.
Turbo's ready for game 2.
But I was about to say, it's like they have 3 players all in their best roles, perhaps. Striking for K-Dop, support for Violent Panda, and of course, Turbo Pulse able to accomplish any task you hand at them. They're also sure-handed, and the execution is always there for Dignitas. You come into this game number 1, you look at PSG and you say, oh my goodness, they just put them on notice. Yeah. And so you're thinking, all right, maybe PSG can do it. And that's the other big thing that makes Dignitas so good. The consistency. Yes, Dignitas did not go 21-0 this season. They did indeed lose 4 games. This makes 5.
Well, that's the thing. Just because this is a win for PSG does not dictate the rest of this series at all. We've seen Dignitas, again, drop games to teams like Mouse, who had...
They did drop 1 game to Mouse.
Yeah, and 6-minute overtime. So it's happened. Dignitas can bleed a little bit, but they have super healing powers.
That's the thing. Everyone says, yes, they can bleed, but no one's put the mortal wound in. So, PSG, this is a perfect start. This is great. Can you keep it going? Shazette, one heck of a job getting up there and starting things off strong and continuing that aggression throughout the rest of game number 2. Fruity, good job setting up opportunities. Farah, good job being where you needed to be out of the midfield, not letting Dignitas break out of their own half and keeping control of the ball when you could. So, rinse and repeat. See if it works again.
The question is, will that work coming into game 2? Because Dignitas, now is the chance to say, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We see what you're doing. We've studied you, studied the tape, and we're ready to come out hot. Game number 2, PSG eSports versus Dignitas. See that little blue marker under PSG's name? That means they took the first win in this best of 7.
A tough thing to accomplish throughout the entirety of the season for every European team. PSG already ahead of their previous series where, like Lawler said, they got swept 0-3.
See if they can keep it up here. as they start off on an early attack. A bump there. Let's talk about that for a second. On his way back. I forget who it was, but one of the PSG defense taken out of the play. Can't get back in time, and Shazette has an open net.
And Violent Panda, perhaps the culprit here. He's thinking, all right, here goes the clear out to the side wall. I'm just going to go roam over there, grab the corner boost, and try and follow this play up. Don't even think he realized that Shazette was already over there waiting for that. Violent Panda said, the door's open. And Shazette said, thank you very much.
Double save there for Dignitas as they stop off yet another attack from PSG.
A slow day at the office for Dignitas.
Well, they were supposed to be on vacation, but they got called in.
Yeah. They're like, we went 7-0, who cares?
PSG is making the most of it.
Kudos to them, and actually you make a great point. Dignitas again secured land in week number 4. They could have not showed up for week 5 after winning 1 game.
Meanwhile, PSG, the intern, trying to get a secure job position.
Precisely. They have been fighting tooth and nail since the ending of week number 5 to make sure they beat Renault Vitality.
And it's looking good. A shot from Fruity to Farah, puts it towards the net, stopped on the goal line by Violent Panda, but it's not over yet. Shazette yet again towards the net, and K-Dop finally clearing that one away. They're up by 1, but they're looking for a bit of a cushion, something to make sure that if Dignitas scores, they're still in the lead. Front of the net, Turbo Pulse clears it hard. Panda to keep the momentum. Turbo there with a shot. Farah stopped, but it's not over yet. Fruity ready in position to clear that out. He's got time, so he stays to the ground. Close play by Farah, and they can move that to midfield now.
And this might be the first chance for Dignitas to get on offense and stay there, because they haven't been able to hang on to the ball very much at all for the entirety of the series. Violent Panda smashed Farah out of the way, but PSG actually returning the favorite in the midfield, kicked one of the Dignitas players out of rotation, so a bit of a stalemate there, but Dignitas at least able to earn some consistent pressure on the blue half.
Right idea, but no secure on the net for that one. They're only behind by 1, 2.5 minutes in. That might be their chance. Shazette, though, is going to shut that down. Now in front of the net, Turbo Pulse sends that right up to Fruity. Farah can't get a nose on it. Shazette knows that he's got to get back a bit, knowing that a chance could come up for Dignitas to clear that one down the other end of the field. Shazette sends it high. Farah's up to greet it. K-Dop beats him and sends it to midfield, but he's lost possession, and now Fruity can set something else up. Shazette to Fruity. He'll beat K-Dop. The drop straight down in front of the net. Dangerous spot, but of course Violent Panda gets a piece of it and sends it to the side. Now, miss there from Turbo Pulse. It's going to allow PSG yet again to put some pressure on Dignitas. Shot, Fruity high. Farah can't center that one again. Dignitas staying alive, but stuck in their own end.
Stuck in their own end. The same old song and dance as game number 1, pretty much. They had 1 breakout push, but overall, not really too sure there were any super quality chances. And they've got a good push going right now, but again, PSG doing a nice job keeping these balls close, realizing they have some time to work with. They're quick out of the midfield. They're willing to make some aggressive challenges because they know if they don't, Dignitas will take it right away from them.
Just talk about how together PSG is looking right now. Almost all their touches are just made in awareness of their teammates' positioning. Finding each other almost anywhere on the field, but that's a dangerous spot now. Shot to the net, Shazette. No challenge there, and Dignitas going to take advantage of it. With a minute left, they secure a goal to tie things up.
And it took him 9 minutes and 4 seconds to finally find the back of the net, but Shazette in a bad spot. Gets a banger from right at the top of the box. You hit that 100 kph mark around that area, it's a real tough save to make, regardless. Because once you hit that speed from that close, it's a pure reaction time test, and Shazette was close.
Whether you react or not, sometimes it's physically impossible for your car to get up that quick when the shot's that fast, that close. Farah, the Fruity, though, they're trying to get themselves back in the lead. The cushion that they were looking for before now becomes their winning goal. 30 seconds left, they're on the attack.
So have you unleashed the beast, PSG?
Well, unleash Dignitas' beast of their own, because their own is definitely out of the box.
Oh yes, the PSG beast has been on full display for the past 2 games, but Dignitas, that one goal all they need to get the engine revved up. We might find our way into OT, where we'll really find out.
Although a chance for Dignitas now as they move down the other end of the field. Fruity's gonna kill that one. Smart play from him. That man has been on fire, and we had overtime against Dignitas. PSG taking game 1, looking for game 2. They were in the lead for a while. Dignitas answered. Chance here off the crossbar anyways. Fruity was getting frisky with K-Dop in the net there. Now a chance, turnaround, counterattack off the backboard. Turbo Pulse is nowhere near to punish that one.
Turbo Pulse wasn't there because PSG on the rotate back made sure to demo him and take him out of the play for a few seconds, but Fruity left the door open. Violent Panda missed it though.
Rough spot. Fruity sends Shazette flying. That could be a chance for Dignitas to attack, but they've overcommitted just a little bit and they'll have to move back to their own end. Fruity to Shazette. Shazette up to Fruity, but he missed it, and now K-Dop intercepts. Shot to the net, good communication there from Dignitas on defense. Panda takes it away, and Pulsa moves up. Off the backboard and down, Panda backs off. K-Dop at his own end, stopping an attack from PSG. The miss there from Shazette will give Dignitas a chance down in the blue end.
Does give him a chance, but overall, PSG still commanding. Even after losing that challenge in the midfield, they still pinched it out into space and have been able to gain some ground out of the midfield and force Dignitas to show everyone that they are indeed this perfect idealistic embodiment of what Rocket League is, and PSG demanding that they prove everyone right now.
Oh, a miss there in the corner from K-Dop, and Farah is gonna secure that one out to Fruity, and Fruity is gonna put it away. A minute 38 into overtime now, and PSG leads the series 2-0.
Are they the perfect embodiment? I don't know. That's a pretty big whiff out of the corner from perhaps the greatest striker and one of the most sound defenders in all of Rocket League. K-Dop with a big miss, and all of Dignitas caught off guard from that one. And PSG, hello, you're on notice right now, Dignitas. That is 14 shots to 4. Hasn't even been close. Yes, it was a 2-1 game, but PSG in the driver's seat all series long.
Absolutely. Just dominated on the field. The speed, Fruity. I can't talk enough about this guy. At the beginning, I was super doubtful of how he fit onto this team, but something happened.
Like I said, back in game 2 on the desk, weeks 4 and 5 happened. It's like, all right, Fruity is the real deal. They made a rough and a risky choice to bring him in, and he developed beautifully in those final couple of weeks.
Now, with this, is this the most games that anyone's taken off Dignitas?
No. Vitality took 2 off.
You're right. Yes, you're right.
One more, PSG.
One more and they can, but one more does not mean they've won.
Correct.
This is the best of 7 now. Dignitas still has a chance to pull this in. This is nowhere near over at this point. Dignitas starting to step up. We saw some chances. We know, I mean, I almost want to ignore that they only have 4 shots to the 14.
Why?
Because
Dignitas, wait. Why?
Because Dignitas really a lot of times only needs 1 shot to get a goal. They're so on point. I mean, one time K-Dop had 3 goals with 100% shooting accuracy.
Sure.
Last week.
Sure.
They need 1 counterattack and 1 shot to score.
Well, they got 1 counterattack at 48 seconds left. Other than that, you're looking at PSG outscoring them 7-1 in the series so far. So I will take PSG's near perfect play in this series right now over Dignitas.
My point being, if they can just stop the shots, they only need 1.
They only need 1, but 1 hasn't been enough.
Well, maybe this time.
Dignitas, you've got some explaining to do right now.
You got some explaining to do, boy.
They've made some believers out of literally everyone in the entire Rocket League scene as being touted as perfect and nigh unbeatable. And right now, PSG's beating them at their own game.
Well, 2 games up, in this best of 7. PSG put on a performance for us today. Giving chat quite the display.
Wouldn't that be something? PSG comes in with Fruity, knocks off Renault Vitality. Perhaps everyone's expected, even I predicted Vitality to win that series. It's like, look, here's the deal. PSG, you're not going to land. Come in here and prove everybody wrong with that one. come into this one and upset the current World Championships and European title holders. They've made a great case so far.
We'll see if that case continues or if it's closed after this game. A minute and a half passing by and no one scored so far. Dignitas pushing up on offense, gets stopped out early. With Fair off the field though, they might be able to continue the attack. They can't. He spawns back, clears the ball, and Dignitas' chance has died out, but there's a shot off the crossbar. Turning nothing into something. We got a goal for Dignitas.
Turning nothing into something is right. Fruity just does that to kill time. Violent Panda coming off the sidewall though, knows it's not done, says hang on, someone's out in the middle of the field, let's fire one at him, and Turbo Pulsa. That's a ripper right towards the top.
That was an Octane, not a ripper.
Yeah, fair. Touche, Leaf. Touche. I yield.
2 minutes behind now, and Dignitas is up, but it didn't last long at all. Taking a page out of their book. Infield pass, and PSG ties her up.
The poor clear from Turbo Pulsa, and actually, yeah, that is pretty much exactly the same play. Except, of course, it came off the back of a poor clear from Turbo Pulsa, handed it right to him in the hard infield pass, and again, rips one towards the upper left.
That's better. Now, off a kickoff, Dignitas trying to get control here. Turbo can't. There's a chance. Turbo upfield, puts that way wide though. Opting not for a shot on net.
And Dignitas taking a page from the flip side book. They get command of the ball, and then they just launch it downfield into no man's land and hope somebody can chase it down.
Instead of stealing pages, why don't they just all write a book together?
Well, that's kind of the thing. I mean, Dignitas is, they've seen all the strategies, and they've adapted all of them, and they've just beaten everybody at their own thing. And PSG says, okay, we see your thing, and we're going to do your thing, and just beat you at your thing, which is stealing everyone else's thing.
So is their thing now our thing?
Their thing is now our thing.
I'm confused. Let's watch Rocket League again. 2 minutes left. 2 goals, 1 apiece. PSG sitting up 2-0 in the series. Against the gods of Dignitas. They're looking for a chance upfield. Panda backs off though. K-Dop can't move that up solo, so Turbo will have to try again from midfield. Hard clear from Farah, out to nobody. Shazette and Fruity will wait back for K-Dop's clear.
Oh, nice pass.
Oh, a pass upfield. K-Dop puts it right on Fruity though as he makes a save. And no finish. Panda wanted the boost. He got it, centers it to K-Dop. And the defense from PSG holds off.
That's usually one of the few things that I always tout Dignitas on, the execution, the capitalization on the half chance. Turbo Pulsa had the opportunity to fire one to the back post and put them ahead 2-1 and kicked it wide. Execution is always one of the things that I've touted as Dignitas's shining qualities.
Turbo looking for the cheeky pass. He doesn't get it, and a bump there will allow Fair and Shazette to move up, but an intercepted play there will allow Dignitas some breathing room on defense. Shazette to no one. Panda clears it, and upfield is awaiting K-Dop. Turbo, the low shot. Getting it snuck right by down there. Just tucks her in.
So he heard me, and I said I'm not a fan of the execution, and that's that's a perfect round pitch. I mean, he jumped up, baited the attack, and just got right on top, just clipped it. Didn't pinch it very hard, just baited out the defender and slid it right under him.
Now with 45 seconds left, Dignitas up by a goal, but last time they were in the lead, we saw PSG answer that fairly quickly.
5 seconds quickly.
Well, they're not going to beat their record now as we're past that. 30 seconds left. Dignitas might be looking just to kill some time here.
It's a big chance for insurance there from K-Dop. You'd like to see a much stronger push, but PSG in the final 15 have a decent chance here.
Oh, a pass out to Shazette. And he gets a chance, but Turbo Pulse on the goal line stops it. They got to be careful with those clears. Make sure not to put it into the hands of PSG. 4 seconds left. A push up the wall. Shazette and Fruity together will not be able to communicate properly and push it out. Dignitas finally getting one on the board. It's going to take a win off PSG.
Take one win. Is it enough? I don't know. PSG only 2 shots.
Well, not enough for a win in the series. You need 4 of those.
Yes, you do need 4 of those. But are you about to tell me, Lee, that Dignitas only needed 2 shots to take this game because PSG only had 2 shots? And they've been beating Dignitas at their own stuff.
Well, Dignitas didn't need as many shots as it. They just did it just to bring some stats up, I guess.
So they're out here padding stats and not keeping pressure?
Yes, actually, that makes their shooting percentage worse, so that's probably the bad decision.
Overall, though, Dignitas, honestly, this one could have went either way. Still feel like PSG making some great plays out of the midfield, aggressive. Dignitas probably could have won this game by a larger margin than 1 goal, for sure. But the execution's still not perfect, and that's what we always say about Dignitas. Dignitas is perfect. Dignitas is unbeatable. And
well, they're clearly not perfect.
Exactly. That's the point. What I'm impressed with is PSG. It's a level of form that we haven't seen from them all season long. It is saying, yes, Dignitas, while you have trounced everybody else in the European scene this season, we are going to come out here in the regional championships and demand that you show the world that if someone else is playing near perfect, can you out near perfect them?
Level of form we haven't seen. The question is it their final form?
Is it PSG's final form?
Yes.
I mean, it's a pretty good final form to have. It's the form that, the current 3-time world champion Turbo Pulse has been in, and the current 2-time world champions Violent Panda and K-Dop have been in. It's a great form.
Well, we'll see if that form is enough. They lead 2-1 in the series, but Dignitas did pull one back. From what I've seen, though, PSG isn't starting to fall apart. It's only a 1-goal lead. They took the win. Dignitas took the win. Game 3. Game 4 can spell a difference. Ooh, misses there. Is going to give Farah a chance to Fruity off the crossbar. He tried. Panda will clear it well. Shazette is waiting there for him. All that's going to do, though, is buy some time. Farah boosted up, should be able to break this one out. Not if he does that, though. K-Dop's going to get in the way. Fruity solo play is going to get Farah in there. Shazette sharking around midfield. There's a pass down to him, as you said. A beautiful pass, but it wasn't enough.
Oh, no, they handed it to him.
And there is going to be a shot on net. Shazette almost gets it, but wasn't quite enough. A mistake on offense turns into a counterattack, and Dignitas gets a goal.
All right, so I was about to be sad that Farah just handed him that ball. It was actually the product of Turbo Pulse clipping Farah right before he hit that ball. Killed all of his speed, made it a weak touch. So hats off to you, Turbo. Heads up play. Well done. Farah, sucks to suck, man.
I would say they suck quite yet. They're still up in the series. Maybe not for long. Dignitas starting to make that turnaround. Something I think a lot of people expected. Solo play there from Fruity, knowing that he had a Dignitas player on his tail and another one in front of him if he wanted to score. Oh, a bump there. Taking out the defender. Fruity's going to get credit. But Farah, give some round of applause to him as well.
Round of applause is right, just kicked both the defenders high, and you can actually see that was the idea of communication. Violent Panda was going to cover the high angle, Turbo Pulse was going to cover the low angle, but the bump, like you said, kicking them both up to that wide angle, they put them down.
Now tied up. Dignitas has been hard-pressed to hold a lead against PSG.
Justifiably so. It's been physical play on both sides, a lot of aggression, a lot of bumps and demo attempts. Some successful, some not.
Not sure what K-Dop was going for there, but Turbo tries to recover it. Turbo and Panda getting mixed match up at the midfield there. It's going to give PSG some time to figure out what they're going to do with the ball here, how they get possession back. But instead, Farah slams it down into the Dignitas end. Up high, K-Dop with no boost, just plays it slow. Fruity gets the block, holds off on defense for PSG. The center out to Farah, met by K-Dop instead. Turbo Pulsa on net, a demo buying some space for Turbo Pulsa to take a shot, and they're up into the lead again.
You are 100% Turbo Pulsa opening the door, and he gets to finish the job as well. And props to K-Dop for getting up just in the nick of time. That's another thing that Dignitas are so adept at. The aggression, the no hesitation on every play, any decision they make. They always go for it full on, and that's gonna be off the back wall. Shot set, gonna be disappointed he didn't equalize there.
2 minutes left, Dignitas up. Can they hold it though? PSG's been well to answer. Panda, Turbo sees him, but it wasn't enough. Farah gets in their face, now on the attack.
Where was
PSG
number 3?
just chilling. Probably not the best time to do so though. Now a chance, a shot, just wide. Farah's got an open net, he can finish that one off. No one home. It's Adam again. PSG keeps her clean.
Oh, Farah. This beautiful follow-up touch, and Shawset making sure to get the power on it to make sure it kicks hard enough off that back wall to make it a finishable chance.
Could have been scary too if he had rolled it up the net. Their chance would have been lost.
It was 2 incredibly difficult touches from Farah and Shawset to make sure that they got that scoring opportunity. And you saw Dignitas. That's what happens to Dignitas' opponents all the time. Nobody thinks that people are going to make both of those touches and get a clean opportunity. K-Dop was sitting there like, you don't have that. And PSG just had to prove him wrong.
Final minute of gameplay is approaching, and Dignitas, the third time I'm saying it, can't hold on to a lead against PSG. PSG looking solid right now. A fake there from Shazette gets it past Turbo, but not K-Dop. And the attack still on from PSG. Finally a hard clear. It's a little bit wide of the net.
Wow.
Barrett can leave that be.
It was on target. Dignitas is in the lead right now. PSG almost caught sleeping.
Yeah. I'm sure they're aware of that and want to avoid that in the future again. Instead of a shot on net, K-Dop throws it to the corner. Turbo wasn't able to get it though, and now he's off the field. Fruity takes him out. You see PSG playing smart. Both their second attackers sitting at midfield there, waiting for the chance. Farah with the pressure on. Dignitas stuck in their own end. A touch from Fruity to Farah. You see Shazette back off because Turbo gained control. Now Shazette with enough boost to bring it towards the net. Fruity will opt to leave though. There's a touchdown from Turbo, soft enough. Yeah, for PSG to get an attack here. Fruity, no 50 though, and that's probably gonna drop down. Turbo sends it to the side, and yet again, overtime.
So PSG, here's your chance. Put Dignitas on notice. Put them against the ropes. Sure, Vitality took them to Game 5 in league play, but they had to fight all the way back for this one. I want to see how Dignitas plays back against the wall, nowhere to run. You can't afford to lose.
Now PSG looking for 1 goal to get them at match point. Dignitas playing from behind in the series this whole time, it seems. Chance for Fruity, just wide of the net. Now Panda, the counterattack. We know Dignitas is so good at these. A flip reset goes nowhere. Turbo tries to recuperate it. Nothing comes out of it. Fruity the only one on offense as both his teammates got in each other's way. Another counterattack chance.
Dangerous, 2-on-1.
Panda, as you said it, 2-on-1, but now all 3 have recovered back. They do nothing with it. Dignitas lost their chance, but that's in front of the net. K-Dop almost up to Turbo Pulse, says it almost drops in. Now Fruity with the counterattack chance himself. He'll have that chance stolen away.
Counterattack city for both teams. People willing to take some big risks.
A stressful city.
It very much is. PSG dodged a bullet because of a missed shot. Dignitas dodging one because they kicked it high as well, and both teams. I honestly think things might slow down here for 45 seconds. I think everyone's aware that, hang on, this is not good.
Let's all just fix ourselves.
Calm down.
The gentleman's rule there. Let's all back off and reset.
Yeah.
Let's get some good Rocket League going on here. Shazette off the ceiling, gets it past K-Dop. Panda traps it though and sends it high with a flick. The solo attacks from PSG right now. Not turning into anything. Even the bump wasn't enough.
They're stealing a lot of boost though. The Again, PSG starting to box him in.
Oh, that's going to be scary for K-Dot, but he does get the touch he needs.
Again, PSG continuing to demand that Dignitas play a perfect game if they don't want to concede. 3-1 lead in the series, and PSG again in control.
Fruity so fast up to that ball. It's going to get all three members of Dignitas on defense involved. Turbo with a possession handoff is going to allow Farah a chance to set something up, but Turbo recovers. 2.5 minutes into overtime now, still tied up in game number 4. You see it, one PSG player at a time up on offense. There's finally the other two to support. Oh, in front of the net, Fruity. Had he been closer, could have gotten a touch on that, but he was backing off, seeing attack coming up from Dignitas. K-Dop in front of the net, Farah with the touch, Chazette to clear it to center. Dignitas on offense for less than a second, but that's a miss there, and off the side post, of course. Panda's not gonna miss that one, punishing the mistake coming up from PSG eSports 3 minutes into overtime, and they tied the series 2-2.
And Dignitas do indeed outperform PSG. They boxed him in, they said, can you stop it? And Dignitas shrugged their shoulders and said, yeah, obviously. Got one counterattack back the other way, one tough spot for PSG, and they cracked.
There it is, Dignitas holding off against a potential match point situation for PSG. PSG still looking pretty solid out there, but their offense seemed to just die down quite a bit in that last bit of overtime.
Again, it's what we said. They both had chances. PSG had the first chance to put that overtime away, and they kicked it off the post. Dignitas had the second crazy quality chance, and they kicked it high, and then it got kicked away from Dignitas out in the corner. And then after that, indeed, exactly what we thought was going to happen. Both teams took a step back and said, hang on, let's make sure none of those opportunities ever happen again, until right at the very end, PSG overreached a little bit, trying to force something, kicked over the head, couldn't make the stop. And Dignitas, you know, well done. You weathered the storm on that one. And if you're PSG, you're saying, you know you could have won that.
I think if any team knows how to weather a storm, that was Dignitas. I mean, you look at them at Worlds, knock down into lowers, make the whole lower bracket run, get a bracket reset, and then win the whole thing going to Game 7. That's insane. They know how to play the long game.
They do.
And this whole time, I've not been worried about Dignitas on their ability to play this long game, but I've been more worried on the aggressiveness from PSG.
It's been great. I've loved it.
Fantastic, yeah.
It's because this is the first time where you've really felt like, I'm not sure Dignitas is going to win this series.
There is a large possibility right now. I would still keep it at less than 50%, but still a large possibility that PSG can walk away with a win here.
And here's the consistency test, PSG. You've been playing brilliantly for 4 games, but Game 5 starts off on the wrong foot. K-Dot steals it.
I say we shake this one off. 11 seconds in, a kickoff goal. Sometimes you just gotta say, that didn't happen, we'll get one back. Momentum stopped, it's changed, we got another kickoff. Let's use it to our favor.
Perhaps. The last time this happened, they answered, like I said, in 5 seconds. Can they do the same here and put it right back on equal footing?
They're getting close as Fruity tries to get a nice little touchdown towards the net. It won't happen. We will stay on offense, though, to create some pressure.
Oh, my goodness.
Not 5 seconds, but it was fast regardless. PSG taking one back. We're back where we started 29 seconds ago.
You're right. It took him 18 seconds. Close. Close, PSG. You're slipping. No, I'm kidding. That's a beautiful equalizer. Unsavable if you're Dignitas in the net. That's top left corner. You're facing the wrong way. It's a bullet. Get out of here. That one deserves to go in all the way.
Game 5 starting off with a bang now. PSG and Dignitas tied 2-2 in the series. 1-1 in the game. Chazette dangerously on his goal line there. A nice little drift to push it away from an attacking Panda, but he's going to stay on it and just keep the pressure on, allowing his teammates to get what they need on defense and move up on offense. Shot on target from Farah, stopped by Violent Panda. Ooh. A mistouch there from Fruity gives a chance for Turbo Pulsa. A mistake and a punish. And if any team has one of the best punish games, it's Dignitas.
A double commit from PSG out of the midfield. One comes across from the side, and one comes from the backfield. create a nice little T pattern. Problem is, it leaves the backfield wide open and an easy shot for Turbo Pulsa. And to be honestly, one thing that I'm loving right now...
Glad that you're honest with me.
Me too.
Well, what is it?
One thing I'm loving, Dignitas, despite...
Oh, what's going to happen here? Okay.
Clear. So despite having won 3 or 2 world championships, 5 combined between all of them, obviously. Despite that, despite already being European regional champions.
Oh! You said despite way too many times. You don't get to talk anymore.
It was going to be a long point.
It's going to put one away. A minute and a half in, tied up again. Dignitas cannot hold a lead against PSG.
And you got to give it to PSG. It's that grit, the competitive fire. PSG is a team that says we haven't achieved anywhere near as much as we would like to. And they're out here to prove everybody wrong. And that's my whole point. You know that Dignitas has proven to everybody that they're the best team in the world. PSG is out here to prove that they can play with those people.
Yes. The fact, I mean, we were hoping, of course, that the skill gap would close eventually. The question was who it was, and not gonna lie, I didn't think it'd be PSG, but they're doing a good job today. But Dignitas saying we're still a bit ahead of you, slamming another one home. Some mistouches again, I think, from PSG, capitalized on by Dignitas.
Yeah, another double commit. They got tied up in the corner. They had to all go to the net. And the perfect finish from Turbo Pulsa again, the second time he's gone under the defense.
But again, how long is this league gonna last? PSG, so quick to answer. Dignitas stops an early attack from PSG off that kickoff. They'll have to try again from their own end. Violent Panda with a hard clear, stopped by Shazette. No attack for PSG, but no breakout for Dignitas. Finally a clear, but lost possession means a banger right back down into the orange side. Finally a chance. Turbo Pulse up there with Panda. We'll see if Panda can get it out. He can't, but he gets the boost steal, and K-Dop will get the touch out to Turbo. Fair has to be careful in front of his net right now. K-Dop tried to punish. A hard clear from Shazette is stopped by Panda. It was towards the net. Turbo backflip, gives it to Fruity, but can Fruity recover it? That adjustment was amazing from Fruity, but it wasn't enough.
Nearly lost control, got right back behind the ball, and forced Dignitas to really think about what his plan was. And again, PSG starting to put the pressure on him. There's a ball!
But Farah has not enough boost to put it to the net, and it goes to the side.
The execution starting to lack for PSG, the finishing not quite there that they've had in the first couple of games in the series.
Oh, a miss there. That's Turbo Pulsa. No question, no doubt. He's going to sink that one away. And we talked about PSG now playing up to Dignitas' level, but the reason Dignitas is so good is that they can do it forever. And other teams lose juice eventually, and I'm wondering, Cheese, right now, if that's what we're seeing from PSG. Is the juice just running out?
It's entirely possible. It is mentally taxing to sit there and tell yourself that you're going to have to play the best Rocket League you've ever played for the next however long. You don't even know.
Yeah.
Best of 7, at least 35 minutes, obviously looking at more total, but your brain has to be engaged every single second. And that's why Dignitas is so good. It doesn't matter how many times they've done it. They are locked in, dead set. So few mistakes, the precision, the execution.
The best brains.
The active approach, the best brains.
They're in the yearbook. They get the award for best brains. Fruity has a chance though. Panda last defender. Fruity can't get it down. Farah backs off. Shazette with the pressure. Final minute remaining, and they finally held on to a lead and extended it. Turbo Pulsa towards the net. For the first time in this series overall, Dignitas has held on to a lead. And not only that, extended it by 3 goals over PSG.
In the games, Dignitas, because they're obviously going to win this game, they have outscored PSG 10-5. In the games that PSG won, 7-1.
Yeah, it hasn't been by much, but they are changing that now.
They're changing
a good goal lead
and make it 11. Make it 11-5. Turbo Pulsa, I don't even know how this one found its way into the back.
2 more, and that goal differential's evenly split.
That was quick math. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, wait, yeah, I can't do that. I'm a caster. JK, 5 more goals and it's 18 seconds left. Dignitas running away with this one. 4 goals up on PSG.
Do they get one back? No,
Maybe,
they don't.
and I feel like that's what they need, though. Something, finally, just to go into the next game with something to hold on to, some sort of whisper of a dream. A whisper of a great...
Whisper of a dream.
A good
that sounds like the best song title.
I just said something whimsical.
It was beautiful. We'll go write the lyrics when we get off camera.
But right now, Dignitas is writing their fate as they take themselves to match point in PSG.
And to finish my point that I was making all the way back. Despite everything.
Despite everything.
Dignitas having, 5 combined world titles cumulatively between all of their players, of course. PSG, it's at least if you add 3 to 2, because I'm lazy and that's easy math, but PSG, they're out here to prove something. Dignitas have already proved everything to everyone. Everyone knows they're the best team, and what's impressive, what makes Dignitas this team that has earned the title of unbeatable team,
yes,
is that despite being at the top, despite all of that and all the greatness they've already achieved, they know there's still more.
Yes.
And they always play the best game possible. And they expect everyone to play at their level if they're going to beat them. And not many teams have that stamina, the execution, the mechanics, the understanding to beat them.
All I'm imagining right now, it's like that guy that's so good in like an anime or something that like he just wants someone to be able to stand up to him and be as strong as him. But then Dignitas is probably like, oh, do we finally have a worthy adversary?
Dignitas is One Punch Man, yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Is PSG finally the one to stand? Nope, I just punched him in the face. He's done.
But here's the time. PSG, prove us all wrong. Let's go to Game 7. You've been playing out of your minds for the past 5 games. Can you muster it in you to fight back in 4-7?
You have to, man. Like, you've given us a show this far. Let us see more. We just want to see some great Rocket League, and to be honest, this is some of the best we've ever seen. Can PSG keep it up? Dignitas is at match point to get themselves into that first seed contention match, the grand finals of the EU Regional Championships. PSG looking to bring this to a Game 7. Shot underneath, Turbo Pulsa with a normal recovery will be able to stop that one. The ball rolled slowly towards the net. Panda over Fruity. Keeps the attack on for Dignitas. Turbo across to himself and a pass to K-Dop. It's a miss, and Panda also missing that one. Gives Shazette a chance to clear it to the side. Breakout chance for PSG, but they can't keep the pressure on. They lose any kind of scoring chance they may have had there.
And still, PSG continuing that physical approach, forcing Dignitas out of the way of a lot of chances as that's off the post.
Shazette, 50 past 1, almost past 2, off the sidebar. Also known as the post. Dignitas stays alive. Panda hard clear. Fruity, with least with the boost, will buy them a bit of defensive prowess as this attack comes from Dignitas. Panda out to the center. K-Dop on target. A solid opening exploited by Dignitas, and a finish by K-Dop.
Oh man, and Turbo Pulsa getting that second touch, keeping it close, and then following that play up, leaving Violent Panda, you go do your thing. I know K-Dop somewhere to score this one. I'm just gonna get everybody out of the way, so I know Violent Panda credited with the assist, but that was a 2-man job there. And Turbo Pulsa, a big part of it.
On the attack now, after Dignitas grabbed the lead. We see Fruity trying to get that past Panda, but he just takes that one down solo. A 50 neutral. Shazette's going to clean it up, pinch it towards the net, but Turbo Pulsa can steal it away Again, we're starting to see these solo attacks from PSG that we found out in the game before the last did not work.
And now Dignitas doing something Cloud9 does a lot of. Weak shots at the net, or at least not weak, but strong shots in the net. Not hard to save. Not hard to save, but it's just to gain positioning on the field. Get a more advantageous position, be able to advance up the midfield and cover the clear options.
Didn't last long though. Finally, PSG can break out of their end, but they can't create any kind of offense. No pressure at the midfield allows Dignitas back up into the blue side. There finally, Chazette getting a bit of oomph to his driving. He'll put himself in front of the ball. Farah and Fruity trying to move this ball upfield. They can't. Now K-Dop and Turbo trying for the counterattack.
Nice
Chazette the only one in the net. And there it is. Off the crossbar. A second touch for Turbo Pulsa. And they grab a second goal.
K-Dop, perfect first touch. Keeps it close. And the hard cut back out to the middle. Chazette, almost nothing you can do. Your only chance was to go and challenge it at the sidewall.
Even if you got that touch, what are you going to do with it? You send it over to the far side. Panda's going to be waiting there. Both of his teammates were on the other end of the field. Chazette, one of the most difficult situations you could be in Rocket League. Farah's going to try to turn around, though, in front of the net. K-Dop. Clear it hard. 1:30 left for Dignitas to hold on to this. And just a solid play there. A dipsy-do, a pass to Panda, and 3 goals in the net for Dignitas.
Gently. It was literally as soon as he saw that challenge turn and come out, said, all right, bye, you're done.
He waited. Debated. Long have we waited for Dignitas to take the win. And up 3 in the series at match point. With 1:20 left and 3 goals up, Dignitas in a very, very good spot to secure this win.
You asked if PSG ran out of steam.
Yeah.
I think that is absolutely the case.
100%. The thing that we saw now, I mentioned it already, is the single offense, but they're trying to change that now. Okay.
Maybe not.
Look, at the second that all 3 are on offense, they get a goal, and that's what has been missing for a couple games now.
A lot of space to work with in the midfield. A nice touch from Fruity. Yes, aiming for that lower right-hand corner, but got it around the defense, and that's what mattered. And it just kicked right back out, and Chazette smashed that one into the upper.
Solid play from PSG, but is it on time, though? With 1 minute left, Dignitas is still up by 2 goals. They just have to start killing the clock, and I'm sure that's exactly their game plan from here on out.
Why not?
Farah, though, down to Fruity, a miss. That would have been a nice opportunity for them. Chazette to back off.
Woo.
Panda pass 1, pass 2, but Turbo gets the flip. He can't get the shot on K-Dop. Waiting patiently, saw that all unfold and backs off. Chazette, though, finds Fruity, but Turbo finds the ball first. Now Farah tries to move it back down to the Dignitas side. K-Dop!
Oh my goodness.
Just off the goal line, almost an incredible shot. Great try regardless. 18 seconds left now for PSG to bring this back, and with something like that.
Did Turbo just get him to bite on this touch? All right, poor shot. It's a weak shot from K-Dop. Everyone knows this. No, he just had, okay, it was fast enough to beat everyone. Doesn't matter. I thought Turbo was playing the next level meta mind games.
And now, if I may, Chiefs.
Yes, please.
Say that Dignitas has won this series.
You may indeed say that.
Dignitas has won the series 4-2 against PSG, but a fight we saw come out of PSG. But alas, the steam has run out. The engine is dry, and Dignitas, once again, coming out on top, I think as everyone expected.